Hello, good morning. So that through that way, once we develop certain mental attitude, then you see that I think the immense benefit for one's life. So therefore, now I'm trying to say or trying to make clear the material development very necessary, very useful, but material alone may not solve or may not satisfy us or may not solve all our problems. So therefore, there is no point to neglect about our internal spiritual development. When I say spirituality, not necessarily religious belief. There can be two levels of spirituality, one with religious faith, one without religious faith. So now, this time my talk mainly deal with the level which the kind of spirituality but without religious faith. We human beings have, I think, one unique mixed unique quality. That's the analytical meditation or now, in order to train our mind, I think firstly, it is important to know when we talk mind, the mind is not like something, a solid one entity, just one entity. But when we talk mind, there is its own sort of world, a lot of sort of different thoughts, a lot of sort of emotions, a lot of,
varieties.
Varieties, yes. So it is very important to analyze which kind of thought, which kind of mind is something benefit or something good, and what kind of thought and mind is something harmful or negative. Now here, the demarcation, negative and positive, is just those thoughts or materials which bring us happiness, joyfulness, that is positive. And the material as well as the mind which bring us some unpleasant, painful experience, that is negative. Basically, we want happiness, we do not want suffering. So therefore, the thing which we want is positive, which we do not want is negative. Training of mind is, I think, very, very useful because we have this very brilliant mind or brain. So, it is very possible, training of mind. So, we have this capacity, then I think really worthwhile to have training, to utilize that capacity, to produce right kind of attitude. Because right kind of attitude is very, very important for happy life. If our mental attitude have some kind of right kind of attitude, then even though you may surrounded negative or hostile sort of environment, you still can be very happy person. Peaceful, tranquility. But otherwise, if your mental attitude much disturbed, mental level much disturbed, then disturbed or negative attitude, then although you may have best facility and good friends, a lot of money or power, even then you may not be happy person. You always fear, worry, suspicion, things like that. Now one example, when I was young, I was quite short-tempered. Usually I have joke, I explain that my father, very, very short-tempered person. So I follow my father's sort of pattern. So then eventually, through training of mind, analyze what the use of temper, what the use of hatred. On the other hand, the patience, the compassion, what uses these emotions, these thoughts. But then it becomes quite clear if you properly analyze that these negative emotions are, really useless, harmful, bring only unhappiness. The positive emotion such as compassion, patience, these really bring us inner strength. So that creates inner tranquility. So through such
Analysis.
analyze and then train through that way. Now I think I hopefully now today's my mental state. I think more calm, less agitated mind. Still, of course, sometimes the temper also sometimes come, but I think comparatively now has much changed. So therefore, I can assure to you, through training of mind, you can change. We all have all potentials, to become a good person or warm-hearted person or happy person. We all have the same potential. So now I want to explain about how important compassion and love.